Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Timberborn. Oh my dear goodness, it's been a long time. 3 weeks. 3 weeks indeed. And actually 4 days ago, 5 days ago, depending on when you watch it, on the 8th of May, we have finally received our update 7 ziplines and tubeways. Now let me just give you a quick recap before I go through what happened. In the update is as follows. Well, basically we have done ourselves a nice little industrial area up here. Just give it a second, sorry about that. There we go. Right, so we've done basically that big little area up there. And then naturally we are busy working on getting ourselves an underground subway area. Well, just a nice little underground colony. And then naturally we have ourselves a lovely levee being built over here to get all that dirty water away from our little beavers. So anyways, in the update, which is actually pretty awesome, is naturally the zip lines, which is 100% for them folktale cuties, and which is the one we have naturally been using. As you will see, many of these things that I'm going to mention we have already started using, mostly because we've done the experimental branch for this. Right, I'm keeping this nice and slow and steady so that we can actually do this little covering of what we have to do, and then also that just prevents the drought from catching us with our pants down, which is not what we want. Right, so anyways, then we have the tubeways, which is for the iron teeth, and actually I can now return to season 2 as well. So maybe we can use some tubeways there as well, which will be pretty awesome to get them moving about a little bit more. Naturally, the part that's awesome about the official update now is that I can start using the mods again. So I can use ladders, which will save up a lot of space. For example, over here we can just replace all of these with ladders instead of having these staircases. Right, then also in the update of ziplines and tubeways, we have the 3D terrain, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. So this is basically where we have been doing, well, basically this over here. As you can see, we have our terrain being planted on top of solid structures. So as you can see down there, we have a triple platform, and then there are the overhangs and the well, terrain is basically on top of that, and then they allowed us to actually build our own 3D terrain. So it's basically going to have overhangs. As you can see over here, we have the possibility of building overhangs with the terrain. Then naturally tunnels is something that we will still be playing around with. I've started building one over here, and naturally something that's pretty awesome is a change in basically the what is it, so it's quality of life updates. So it's the size of the area that you're building. So if you grab this, it will display how big it is. So as you can see over there, it shows it's a 5x5 at the moment, so that is pretty awesome as well. So no need to count them manually anymore. And then naturally also we have the shortcut key, where you can alt and middle mouse button to select a layer or which you want to be taking a look-see at things over there. Let me just get all those lovely things back up there, and I must say that was quite a lot to say. So let me just get it all up. There we go. Beautiful. So we can finally get on with our little colony. Hopefully this will go well as planned. Once again, it's been 3 weeks. Been a busy month, so haven't been posting many of these. I've posted quite a few videos, but not my usual type of content. So I do apologize for that for my usual and regular viewers. Once again, apologies, but I am back now. Right, last thing that's also pretty cool is the maps and the map editor. The map editor has been changed. with a lot of extra little tools which you can use now to create and craft your beautiful maps that you would like to have and customize, etc, etc. So if you are one of those creatives, go ahead and go check it out. And then last but not least, they have done quite a bit of changes in 12 out of the 13 maps, so that is pretty awesome as well. Now, I spent 5 minutes doing an introduction, so let's quickly have a look here. What I would like to do over here is we are going to get ourselves some water in here. We need some more green. So what we are going to do over here is make our way to the side so we can just trap the water in here. I think maybe double up. So too high. Let me see. So I would like to do... let's see. So a single sluice over here, just at the bottom. Naturally, you can't have the sluice on the edge of the map. And then we are just going to have ourselves a levee up here. So that should do the trick. Naturally, we are going to keep this closed over here. We don't want anything to happen right there. Now, I would like to just straighten this out a little bit more. So what we're going to do over here is also add... let's see. Let's go a double right around over here. So we have a lot of landscaping still to do with the other project up here that we are busy doing. So we'll get there. The idea is basically, I don't know if the tunnels will work for this, but I am essentially trying to get the water low enough so that we can, or on the same level. Let's see if we can actually get that. So now we can actually do that. So I would like it to be one lower. I would say something like that. I just need to quickly have a look here and then we can get there. So it's basically at this level, which means we will have to lower down that area some more before we can get that going. So we can have water run through to over there. And maybe straight through there as well. Would be quite a nice thing to have. Right, back up to the top. Now, naturally, we don't want them to use all this water, otherwise it's going to dry out our little dams. Let's see, so those need to be switched off. Very nice. Also made quite a bit of progress over here, so that is lovely. I'm quite happy with that. Which one would that be? So it's too far from the disk and cannot be reached. Which one? See, now that's the part that I don't know. Maybe these. I think they're talking about this. That would be what I would imagine. All right, let's have a look here. Okay, so we need to get them to get there. So first things first, build them a little path. J-case. And we can go all the way around. Where will we go? It is going to be quicker to just go around this way, so let's go with a J-case over there. The ladders, sorry. There we go. We can just have them cross over here. Okay, so it's not a very long drought. That is wonderful. Quite happy with that. Let's just see if we can get them back over here. And voila, that will allow them to build all those. What I naturally want to do is just get them down there as well. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to build all of these dynamites over here. Triple dynamite. Why am I doing triple dynamite? I don't know. It needs to be double dynamite, not a triple. So let's just quickly correct that. And there we go. That should do the trick. So we have the double dynamite now, which naturally allows us to go down 2. This will fill up, and then naturally what we need to do is we need to actually find our way up here as well, considering this needs to be blocked off. So what we will be doing is, I think, maybe just have them right here. This is impossibly far away, so we are going to lift that up to over there. Let's just have a look how we can get there a little bit quicker. I would say maybe go around this way. This is a good spot to get that going. So let's just have that one over there, and then the ladders over there. Just be sure that it is facing the right direction. Let's just get that, and then so this might take a bit of time, but as per usual, we do have the capabilities of editing and allow them to just get a few things done. Right, so let's just have a look-see here. We are going to demolish these over here. That is exactly what we want. And then wrap it around and have it come back like so. Okay, there we go. That is beautiful. That is what we want to do. So what I am thinking is let's quickly prioritize those. I would like to get those done and then prioritize this along with these over here. That should be beautiful and perfect. I think maybe let's get that one done as well. That will allow us to start work on our scrap metal over here. So what I am thinking for now is let's just, as per usual, give them a second to get a few things done. Alrighty, so one entire drought later, and what have we achieved? Not a lot, but we're getting there. We have quite a bit of the dynamite done. We have made our way across and starting now to get these sluices ready, and we are also busy doing our little dam wall over there as well. So that is wonderful. Now a little bit of an issue that we have run into is that we've run out of scrap metal. So this is actually a good time now to let's see, metal, and then adding a few more scavenger flags. We are naturally also going to start off by using our underground ruins as well, which is pretty cool. Something that they added and changed in the update as well is that it costs less now to build quite a few of these things. So I think that is pretty decent and pretty amazing. So that is going to help us a lot. Right, so I'm thinking that maybe it's a good idea that we start aiming towards that as well. Otherwise, we are going to run out of scrap metal. As you can see, 0 scrap metal. We do have quite a bit of metal blocks, which is nice. That helps a lot. But we do have a lot of unemployed beavers as well. So we need to get them working. So what I'm going to do here is add some more storage. I'm thinking an underground storage pile over here. That's going to take a while to get done, but it's fine. We want one of those, and then we'll do a scrap metal pile for that. Now, why, you may ask, am I busy doing this so we can have more water here? Well, my dear crunchies, that is why. We need more logs. We don't have enough logs. We do have quite a few plantations. Some of them are currently, well, one of them are currently flooding a little bit, but that's fine. That's just water stabilizing. But we need more. We definitely need more. So what we will be doing is definitely working on having more trees. See, how many dandelions do I need? I don't need these many. So let's just have a look here. We're gonna remove those. We can cut those definitely, while those 3 just standing about. Let's see, maybe if we can cut those in half. Let's see, so remove half of those, and then we'll just plant more oak trees. Should be good and done there. Let's just get those going over there. Prioritize getting those removed. And let's see, this is looking pretty decent. I would say this will be done very shortly. Let's get that. Then let's see if we can actually plan this out. What I would like to do is, let's see. So we have 10 over there and then 2 more. That is a interesting little situation. So that is not going to be there. Right, so that would mean we need 5 on one side. Can I do that? Oof, where am I doing this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 one side, and then 2, and then 5 on that side. I would say that makes sense. Yes, it does. And then naturally we would like to have the ladders come down, have those run through there. Why? Let me show you why. So right now what we would like to do is, yes, that is going to be exactly like that. I know it looks weird, but it is going to work fine. Okay, so then what we will be doing over there is we'll just add 1 on each side, like so, and then do more dynamite wherever that may be. There we go. So dynamite, I would say another triple on 3 rows. Yep, and that is going to be the same on the other side. So that's basically where we will be storing water. I would say something like that. We'll store water, then we'll have water run through here. I'm not exactly sure if the tunnels will work for that. I don't know if they block water, but that is essentially what we will be doing to start off our little underground colony. And naturally we'll close it up when we are done. Righto, let's see. If we could just get these done, so it's just those 2 sluices and 3 levees, and then how many do we need here? Quite a few actually. Okay, now that those have been removed, we are going to plant more trees. Oak trees, plant oak trees. Beautiful. Can we do? No, we can't, but we would like to have more trees. So I would say right around about somewhere over here as well. So we are going to have maybe just like so, with another forester over there. Now this forester can cover quite a big area actually, which is beautiful. I would say over there, and then what we're going to do is we'll be planting a whole bunch of pine trees. Pine trees all the way from here right all the way straight through to there. Those will be pine trees. Yes, indeed. And then what we can do is go back to wood, another lumberjack, 1, 2, 3 of them to take care of these over here. Let's see, that is another 2 rows, I believe. Birch? Nope. There you go. Ha! Wonderful. Okay, so those 2 are just going to be excluded for a little while until we build ourselves another woodcutter somewhere close by. Right, that is going to help out a lot, but we need to get these done. Oh dear. Okay, so what I'm thinking is one last skip ahead, and then we will blow a hole and hopefully get water rushing through to over there. Alright, let's get going. Okie dokie. Okay, so I'll admit I made a bit of a mistake. Nothing too serious, nothing too serious. I can fix it. So yeah, this is going to cause a problem when there's a bad side, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll correct that in the next episode. Not a problem. But we do have ourselves some beautiful amounts of water coming through here now. So basically what I want to do is I'm going to just basically set it up so that when there is a bad tide, this one closes up, and then I'll have a tiny sluice or two. Let's actually get that going right now. I'll have our sluices over there, so when there is a bad tide, these will close up, and then I'll just have ones open up on the side. So yeah, that's just a tiny bit of an area on my side. It's been a while, like I said, about 3 weeks of not recording nor playing this, so yeah. And then I think what we can do to just end this off is detonate this one. That is naturally going to help out. Ooh, that is getting laggy. Okay, wait, no, well, that's not going to help much, is it? Okay, so we'll have ourselves a lovely ladder over there. I don't care, it's nice. Big hole, nice, lovely. Okay, so this is working lovely, and let's just what if I close this off? I want to see where the water goes. Does it flood? Where does it go? How much does it fill up? I don't know. Gonna have a look-see. Going to have a look-see. Not sure. Maybe we'll just run over this. And it's gonna flood that. Not exactly sure how high this is. We'll figure that out in a second. Anyways, so another thing I did over here was added 2 more lumberjack flags and then just fold these up. So we're planting some more trees over here. Naturally, what we want to do is we need to definitely focus on cutting these trees. These are all for the love of logs. There we go. So those over there, and then naturally we just need to ensure that they cut these as well. Right all the way up to there. I think this has been an interesting and fun first episode back, and also with our first official release of update 7. So if you do enjoy these videos, feel free to leave a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to the Crunchy Captain to become part of the Crunchy community. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and it's wonderful to be back. I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.